Hello, fight fans, and welcome into ESPN MMA's coverage of UFC 272. It is Thursday. We are at the MGM Grand on the Las Vegas Strip. We told you we'd be back after the press conference to talk about it all. Jorge Masvidal, Colby Covington, Marc. I got to say, I was sort of up off to the side of the stage. I didn't hear much of what they said. The acoustics in here were not great. I saw the body language, obviously. I saw them go back and forth. So fill me in here. What happened at that press conference?
This could be a pretty long video then, Brett, I think. There was a lot said.
Give me the highlights.
I don't know if we have to cover everything said, and I'm not even sure that we can cover everything said. However, it was kind of what you would expect. They both went back and forth, even off microphone. Like, the microphones were down, and they were still just talking to each other. It was really, honestly, not a press conference. It was just a conversation between the two of them going back and forth. A lot of stuff that we've already discussed, a lot of stuff that we've talked with them about. Also, I don't think there was anything really new unearthed. I thought maybe Colby had some interesting incendiary new comments, like he called out Mike Brown, which we were talking about Mike Brown the other day about how he's a very respected coach. Colby called him a drug addict. That was a new one. Did not see that one coming. That was kind of a shocking thing. But yeah, it was kind of what you would expect with the two guys who really do not like each other. By the way, this is not, I mean, anyone at this point who thinks this is not real, it's very real.
Well, it is real. It was certainly turned up to 10, it seemed like, today.
To 11.
Was it good? Because sometimes, when you see this back and forth, sometimes it's not great. Was it good today?
Well, I mean, I guess that depends on what your definition of good is, Brett. Did it sell pay-per-views? I would say it probably did. I think that there was a lot of stuff that definitely helped that cause. And that was actually one of the things that Jorge brought up, because he's getting pay-per-view points, which he has said, and Colby Covington is not. And Jorge kept on saying, yeah, sell that pay-per-view, boy, sell that pay-per-view. And that was another thing that happened. Another thing that happened in a very long list of things that happened on stage.
One more thing about specifically what was said during the press conference. I saw on Twitter, someone bring up how a bill becomes a law?
That's correct, yes. Colby was asking, yes, because I guess because Jorge Masvidal talked a lot about politics, Colby was interested to see if he knew how a bill becomes a law. Yes.
Did not see that becoming a topic
and George
of the
also
UFC
had George had a briefcase on stage also that was, I think it might have been playing an NFT. There was a trading card that it looked like of Colby that George had burned. That burnt, he burned, I think, the face of Colby, so it was like just his torso and like a burned face. I guess he's auctioning off. There's a lot of things happening.
Let me ask you this. Grade Jorge's.
Oh, wow.
Grade Colby at this press conference.
Oh, man. That's a hard one.
And it kind of depends on what you're trying to do, right? Don't do it from a selling pay-per-views point. Do it from in terms of confidence that they're in the right mindset going into the fight.
I think both of them are. If we're looking at it from that standpoint, I think both of them are an A. I think both of them very much are dialed in. I really do. I don't think any of this stuff is going to really matter all that much. Maybe it will, but it's not going to take away. I don't think. I mean, I don't think that what happens at the press conference is going to really carry much bearing, unless George brings that briefcase with him and slams Colby over the head with it. I'm not sure about that.
I will say this one observation that I had. Again, I couldn't hear everything that was being said, but and this I don't put too much stock in this, right? I mean, we're watching the press conference, trying to glean what we can. This goes into their personalities. Colby was Colby was standing up. Colby was agitated. Colby was animated. There were times that Jorge was literally sitting there like this, and I was really watching his body language, because he has said that this fight is not personal, but then he says if they were on a sinking ship and he could save the two of them or he could save neither of them, he would save neither of them. So that to me tells me that this is a personal fight. Will he fight personal? He looked very calm, man, and that's just the experience. Like, he came into media day this week and said, I'm going on my 20th year of professional fighting. I don't think that you can go into this fight without it impacting your performance, it being personal, without all that experience. So I really don't think Jorge is going to fight personal in this fight. I don't know if that's a question that some of us have. I do think it's something that we need to address. I think he's going to be fine, man. I think he's going to be calm. I think he's going to be collected. You asked this question at the press conference. Here's how we'll wrap. Do you think it's over after Saturday? Do you think they're not even friends, but do you think they're friendly? Do you think they respect one another after Saturday?
I can't imagine so. I don't think so. I don't think this is a situation where we saw with Covington and Usman after their last fight at MSG, where they actually hugged at the end and they exchanged, I guess, some pleasantries. I don't see that happening. Maybe I'm wrong, but I don't think so. I think that we could be talking about a rematch in the future, because I don't see this rivalry going away anytime soon.
Well, we saw some trash talk. We saw our first stare down between the two. We learned how a bill becomes a law at UFC
I don't know if we learned that.
Press conference. For Marc, Raimondi, and myself, thank you for joining, and we'll be back tomorrow after the weigh-in, so stay tuned.
Thank you for watching ESPN on YouTube. For live streaming sports and premium content, subscribe to ESPN+.